Alright, so this is going to be my first political video. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. A bunch of anti-Semitic incidents or videos have come up recently. First, it's all over the place. Ever since October 7th, it's just been increasing. And to be honest, I'm kind of nervous making a political video because I haven't done it before and I don't know how the audience will react to it. Not that I really have an audience, I have 50 subs and no one watches my channel, but I feel like it's important to talk about it and for me to have a voice. And in my very first video, I did say that I do want to make political videos because I'm quite passionate about it. And so yeah, first we have the "Fuck the Jews" sign that happened at Dave Portnoy's Barstool venue. Then we have Kanye West making a I don't want to say it, H word Hitler music video, and obviously that's just atrociously, ridiculously anti-Semitic and just evil, frankly. Um, I do think it was probably a mistake to ban it because now people are like, oh, see, his message is important because people are banning it, so that means it must be a good message. It's like, no, it's not a good message. Freaking idiots, man. Anyway, um, that could be a separate video, but I was gonna react to that actually, but I decided that I don't want to give that attention. So this video came up on my X feed today, so I decided to do a reaction to this. Actually, I've already seen it, so it's going to be more of an analysis video, where I'll rewatch the video and basically debunk what this idiot, is saying to these Jews that are just trying to walk down this path next to a beach in Los Angeles, America. So this guy has nothing better to do than to walk around. I don't know his face, he's behind the camera. The guy that's behind the camera, he is pro-Palestine and he is recording them basically harassing these guys for doing nothing. They're just walking down. This guy, there's going to be, I think, this dude and a guy, basically two other guys. This guy has a Star of David necklace. Um, yeah. So what's the problem? He's Jewish. He can have that necklace. Um, it's just ridiculous. Anyway,
You to shut the fuck up and set free Palestine.
so the first thing he says is shut the fuck up and say free Palestine. See, they want you to conform. They want you to say free Palestine. Otherwise, you're not part of their team. You're not part of their little uh freaking Hamas supporting death cult, basically. So if you don't say free Palestine, you're not part of them. And if you're not part of them, then you're the enemy. And so what this guy is trying to do is convince this dude to say free Palestine, and then maybe there's a slight chance he'll leave you alone. If you don't say free Palestine, then he's going to continue harassing, which is exactly what he does. So free Palestine by itself doesn't actually make any sense, actually. What you should be saying is free Palestine from Hamas, because Hamas are the ones that you should be blaming for everything that's happening to the people of Gaza, what happened on October 7th, etc. You should not be blaming Israel. That's a different video though. And so, yeah, saying free Palestine from Hamas makes more logical sense. Because if you do want to free them from a genuine point of view and, have Gaza be a peaceful place to live, then you should free the hostages and probably get rid of Hamas, which is what Israel is trying to do. But these type of people, they don't understand that. So let's continue.
Palestine then. Say free Palestine then, goofy. Dude, go. I'm not going anywhere, bro. This is a public sidewalk, bro. Palestine will be free, nigga. What's your stance on Palestine, dork? You look Israeli like a motherfucker. You got a lot of shit to talk. Talk it right now.
You look Israeli, so I'm gonna harass you for a few minutes while you walk peacefully and don't. He's not saying anything to you. He didn't even try and be like, hey, I'm Israeli, you should support Israel. He's just walking down the sidewalk. He's not doing anything. Now, is this guy white? Because he just said the N-word, and that is obviously not okay.
Yourself, nigga, you too. Free Palestine, bitch. Should've shut the fuck
Maybe
up, nigga. With a Palestine News Network. Free Palestine, bitch. We run Los Angeles. Start your camera, nigga, make us famous. Okay, we're on a public area, bro. I'm not going anywhere, bro. I'm not going anywhere, bro. We're just free Palestine, buddy. We're walking. It's free Palestine. Right, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Free Palestine, bitch. Free Palestine, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Free Palestine, buddy. What's up? You want to box it out? Let's box it out, buddy.
Okay, he says, do you want to box it out? Here's the thing. There's a balance between verbally countering someone and just trying to talk to them like this guy, these Jews or Israelis, I don't know. How can this guy know that they are Israelis? I don't know. They could be Jewish, they could be Israeli, they could be any, I don't know. He just assumes they are Israeli. Anyway, so the question is, he says, do you want a box? So he's trying to be a tough guy, and I don't know. So Jewish people are generally speaking really nice and peaceful, so we prefer not to be violent, no violence, and to try and peacefully take care of situations like this where you can talk to the guy and hopefully ease the situation and each party goes their separate ways and it's all good. But as we continue to see more anti-Semitic situations, I would argue there has to come a time where something happens. I did see a different video of a similar situation where a pro-Palestine moron is harassing people at a cafe and he gets punched in the face and gets knocked out. I don't know who the guy was that punched him. He could be Jewish, he could be Christian, I don't know. He could be anything. And so the question is, what's the fine line between doing nothing and trying to keep the peace and just walking away like these guys do for the rest of the video? They just walk away. Sometimes this guy replies back and says fuck you back and all this. What's the correct response? I don't know. My instinct would be to somewhere in between being peaceful and walking away and punching this guy in the face, because he just pisses me off, and I'm not gonna stand for this bullshit where you're telling a regular Jewish person, you can't stand here, you can't be in Los Angeles, we don't want you here, you'll see later. He said, you're not welcome in Los Angeles, get out of here. I'll be like, man, get the fuck out of here. But that would make me aggressive and that would make me seem not peaceful, and it's also assault. So you could get in trouble with the law and then you would be seen as a potential bad guy. But I imagine if this happened to a different group, like if people were harassing pro-Palestine people, they would probably get really violent, as we've seen multiple times with protests all over the world, Australia, UK, Canada, America, etc. Pro-Palestine protests oftentimes get really violent if people go against them. Or let's say a random person was harassing a black guy. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get in trouble pretty quickly. I don't want to get stereotypical here, but you know what I mean. They don't take no shit. So have a question. What do we do in this situation? I think probably the super right thing to do would be to walk away and be nice and peaceful. But in the same time, if things like this continue to happen, I think more action, more aggressive action should be taken. It just depends on the situation, I think. But anyway, let's go.
Let's box it out. Let's box it out. Let's box it out.
Let's box it out,
We
alright?
don't have time to play with genociders.
Okay,
Committing genocide.
okay, the genocide word. This is one of the favorite words, genocide. So 99% of people that say this have no idea what genocide actually means. So they think that if you kill a bunch of people, that's genocide. So they think that what Israel is doing to Gaza and what Israel is doing to Palestinians right now, which they're not, it's just, it's collateral damage, okay? It's really unfortunate, but that's how war works. And, you can be sympathetic to the Palestinians, but in the same time, recognize that it's the fault of Hamas for starting it in the first place, and uh, realize that it's not actually genocide. So what happened on October 7th would be, I would word it as attempted genocide, because if they didn't stop, or the IDF didn't intervene, or Israel put down their weapons, then Hamas would wipe out all of Israel. They will kill every single Jew that they can find, because that is their goal. That's what they want. They want to kill every single Jew, not just in Israel, but in the entire world. So that would be a genocide. Something huge like the Dresden bombings or something like that, that would be considered genocide. Um, Although, no, that wouldn't be a genocide. That was just part of World War II. But the key with genocide is that it has to be done on purpose. It has to be deliberate. If you look up the definition of a genocide, that's what it means. So, collateral damage as a counterattack to what Hamas did on October 7th is not genocide, because that's what you would expect to happen. If it happened anywhere else, and not to Jews, because people are really sensitive with Jews for some reason, if it happened in America, if it happened in Canada, if it happened in Britain, that country would go ahead and hunt down Hamas or whoever did that, and they would do the exact same thing. And it's impossible to do precise killing, because I'm not a military expert, but Hamas hides underneath tunnels. So unless you plan on bombing them and killing the hostages in the same time, then you're not going to be able to do much with that. So that's why we urge them to release the hostages, and then the war will end. So if you want Palestinians to stop dying, you should urge Hamas to release the hostages, and then there will be a ceasefire. But to claim that it's a genocide, you have no idea what the word actually means. It's not just killing a bunch of people, especially during a war. It's doing it on purpose. So if you went around slaughtering people, like what they did on October 7th, bunch of other stuff as well, then that could be considered genocide, where they do it deliberately. That's the key. It's not just killing people. Multiple different wars and multiple different situations they have killed people, and no one has called it a genocide. But when Israelis do it against terrorists and accidentally hit Palestinians, that's not genocide. That's called collateral damage, and the really, really unfortunate consequences of war. And you can't just complain after you start a war. Hamas started the war by doing October 7th. So, and I know it didn't start there, it started ages ago, there's been war for ages. since like the 70s or whatever, even before, whatever. Um, but this particular war, which as per usual, it's started by the terrorists and not Israel. You can't start a war and then complain when you're losing the war and then start calling genocide. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh man, when people call it genocide, it's like I just roll my eyes because you have no idea what you're talking about.
It's free Palestine. Fuck you. Fuck you. Palestine will be free. Trump is about to announce Palestine is about to be a state, buddy. We're gonna have our own state, buddy. Goofy. Palestine will be free.
I don't think that's true. I don't think Trump is about to announce this Palestine is going to be a state. Trump is one of the most pro-Israel presidents ever. I seriously doubt that, and I think there's something circling around about that on social media. I don't really have the details about it. But Trump supports Israel. He doesn't. He probably advocates for peace, so he's not necessarily against Palestine, but he's definitely way closer to supporting Israel than supporting Palestine. So this guy is just an idiot.
Goofy right here. We said free Palestine, and he wants to talk smack. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
He's not talking smack. He's just walking on the sidewalk.
Palestine is in the house, bro. Palestine is in the house. Free Palestine, baby. Yes, sir. Israelis are not welcome in Los Angeles. You guys are not welcome here.
Yeah, so if I had to take a guess, I would say this is maybe Venice Beach in Los Angeles. And now he's saying you're not welcome in Los Angeles. So what is that if it's not anti-Semitic? Where he's saying Jews with a Star of David is not welcome in Los Angeles? Really? Obviously, it's just one idiot who is doing this, so it doesn't represent LA as a people. But yeah.
You're not welcome
ridiculous.
In Los Angeles, buddy. Israelis are not welcome in Los Angeles. You commit genocide.
Again, there's no indication that they are Israelis. They could be Jewish, most likely, because he has a Star of David. They could be Israelis. Israeli means you were born in Israel. How does he know from this that they are born from Israel?
You're not welcome in Los Angeles, buddy. You're not welcome. Get out of Los Angeles, buddy. You're not welcome in LA. Israelis are not welcome.
And what I've noticed is no one is trying to interfere or help these guys. The same thing happens in the Fuck the Jews sign. A bunch of people are having a party around, drinking drugs, whatever. And there's a bunch of girls and guys. They just continue having a blast. Like it's completely normal to have a Fuck the Jews sign. And no one gives a shit. So this is why people need to start speaking up about this. More people. Yeah, obviously there are a bunch of channels that have covered that, but it's just we need to do more to stop this from happening. Obviously, I'm not saying anything against freedom of speech. You can say it if you want, but don't be surprised if there's consequences for it.
Get out of here, bro. It's free Palestine. Yeah, bro. People watching you now. Now get tough. Now get tough. I can put the camera down and we can get some action going. It's 4 of y'all just against me. You guys are fucking cowards because you're Israelis, nigga.
Alright, well, that's the end of the video, and so clearly this guy has mental illness, and he was obviously looking for a fight. And so I think, overall, these guys did the right thing by just walking away from it. Probably, if I was in that situation, I would say I would do the same thing, even though right now I would say I would want to punch this guy in the face. But yeah, realistically, I would probably do the same thing that these guys did and just walk away in a peaceful manner. Although he did swear back and say fuck you and all this, which is completely warranted. Anyway, Mental illness, what are you gonna do about it? Oy vey. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.